What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you pretty much how to open up these off-stamp crystal cube vapes. If you guys have this one, the newer ones, I haven't seen a video posted online about it, so I'm going to show you guys how to do this really quickly. So how I got this done, and I also have a new one here, for example, that got some tissue stuck down here. So this is kind of what made me start this whole process. It's not working at the moment. So this one I've already opened, and this one that has not been opened. And I will show you guys how to open this one on top of showing you how this one opens up as well. So basically, you can pick either side. You don't want to mess with your connection here if you still want it to charge like this. So you can pick either side here or along this line here or along this line. Doesn't matter. You can pick either one. I used my drill and let's see if I can get it to focus here for you guys. Kind of. That's fine. Well, anyway, I took a drill bit. And along this line here, where I pointed out, here at the bottom where the plastic separates from the other piece of plastic, you want to just kind of, not all the way. When you do this, make sure you're doing it really lightly and then just keep on checking. That way you don't want to drill through this. There's some internals inside of here that you don't want to mess up. So, like I said, slowly start to just kind of create a little area where you can get some leverage with the screwdriver. So that's not deep enough, so we are gonna go just a little bit further. Okay, this actually might be fine here. Okay, so let's see if you guys can see how far in this hole is. So I've gotten past, haven't drilled through it, but I've made just kind of a hole for some leverage. So these are all the stuff you're gonna need for this, like a flathead screwdriver, preferably one that's like strong, but the thinner this is, probably the better for you. You'll need something, whether you have a paper clip, like a hair clip, or just like an old piece of wire like this one, for example, that I'm using. And some kind of screw long enough that you can, just something like this, like a screw like this with some thread around it. Obviously, and okay, so the next step is well, I just want to let you guys know this one, you can see obviously on the side, this one cracked off here, but it still closes. That's all that matters. Like, it's still going to close for you. You can close it back up. This really has no issue closing up this way, because when you open it here, for example, let me show you before I open this one. So this is where I made the hole, and I put my screwdriver in like this and kept pressing down until I got some leverage to pop it open. Once this pops open, you can completely remove this, because the battery itself is connected underneath the cotton to these little prongs. So you can actually remove this whole thing. And then inside of here, this is what it looks like. So if you're trying to refill it, what you want to do is go ahead and move this piece of foam here. So you can just take this piece of foam out like that. You'll see something in the corner down there, like a little black piece of rubber. They obviously have this foam there so that it's hidden, and they don't want you guys to know that that's there. So what I did, the use of this screw, basically with thread, it was one of the easier things. You don't want to poke a hole through that rubber piece down there. You kind of want to get something and turn this so that it can create some kind of like leverage for you to pull it out. So what I did is I kind of just twisted it a couple times, and then it kind of pops out a little bit. Then you can kind of angle your screw to pull it out like this, right? And as you can see, there's juice along those little rings. Once that's open there, it looks like there is just a stop there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't look like there's anything that you can do with that. When in fact, if you take this tool and let's turn this over, and if you look inside at the bottom base, you don't see any holes or anything. But yeah, if you put this through there, you turn this over, there's actually a hole right here somewhere. You can find it. You just kind of see, there it is. You have to play around with it a little bit. Mind you, I did not make this hole. It was already there. That's why that is there. Obviously, they made that hole with the seal on purpose. This is where they fill it up from. But yeah, you can see as I pull this out, that hole is not even visible. Like, I'm trying to get a clear shot for you guys to see. You can't even see the hole in there. But yeah, it's exactly where this hole's at in the corner here. So if you just are looking to fill it up, that's how you do it. Then obviously you would put your seal back in there. Make sure it's pressed down. Push along the sides and press it back down as thorough as you can. So let's get into this right here. So if you have something stuck down this mouthpiece and you're trying to get it out, but you can't get it out from this top side, what you're gonna wanna do is be careful not to touch these wires with any other metal. So just go in this, this little hole that's on this rubber seal already, and kind of, or if you have some leverage from the side, you can do that if it's safer. Yeah, and just kind of lift up on it. This you do want to be kind of careful with. You want to try to keep those wires in there because they're a little bit tricky to get back in. Once you get this out, you can just kind of pop this off to the side there like that. And as you can see, when you look down here, there's a hole in the middle right here. Where are we at? Let's see. Okay, right there. And if you push something through that all the way, let's see, there you go. Push something through it all the way. You can see on this side that it goes through, and you can push something out if you have something clogged in there. So again, it's that hole right in the middle. Then yeah, what you would do is you push this obviously back down in here. Make sure it's pressed down. Like I said, these wires will come out sometimes. Like you can see right now, they came out of those holes. So you're gonna wanna make sure that those are, you can kind of do them with your fingers. Just be really gentle when doing this process, because if you mess up these wires, obviously the functionality of this whole entire vape will stop working. So yeah, as you assemble it back together, just assemble it the way you disassembled it. And the reason you want to make sure that these wires are completely back in the hole is because these are what actually connect. Let me show you in a second here. Back to your battery. So as you put everything back, your seal, make sure to put your seal back in, right? I'm just gonna use this to kind of angle it, and I'll use my screw again to push it back in, make sure that, you know, it's locked in there. We'll put our sponge back in the corner here to stop any leaks from coming out of that hole. Right, so it should look like this when you're done. And those 3 prongs there go into those holes where your wires are. That's the big deal about why you wanna make sure that they're in there properly. Yeah, and then you just close this and would snap it back in. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope I was some of assistance to you guys. And yeah, if you can do me a favor, leave a thumbs up, maybe drop a comment, and share with someone else who probably has one of these vapes. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Happy 4th of July.